Good morning, Tudor Liliana. I am here for my next session with my students. As usual, I'm going to give them 5 minutes to get here. Thank you.
Morning. Good morning. Morning. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Good morning. How are you?
Okay, my friends, good morning. Don't panic. I'm here. just waiting for more students to get into the session. So I am going to activate the camera. So now you can see me. How's everyone? How are you, Brian, this morning?
Good morning. I'm pretty good, thanks.
I can't hear you, Brian.
Now, can you hear me?
Yeah, now it's okay. It's okay now.
Okay.
How are you, Carol? You can't hear me. Now you can. How are you this morning, Carol? Lisette, what a pleasure to have you here in this morning session. Patricia, can you hear me?
Hello, good morning, tutor. Yes, I can hear you. I was greeting Carol, but she could not hear me. Before you entered the conference, I greet Carol, but somehow I guess she has some problems with the sound, with
Yeah, that's what I
receiving
also
the.
think. Yeah, thank you. Okay. Catherine, can you hear us?
Yes, teacher, I can.
Okay, welcome to this morning session.
Thank you so much, and good morning for everyone.
Good morning. Okay, let's see if Carol can solve the problems she has. Okay, 7 minutes past 8. So I think it's a good time to be starting today's session. But before going into that session, it's important to remind about the things we did in the previous session. Brian, will you please be so gentle and tell us about the things we did in the previous?
Okay. In the previous lesson, we learned about um, what the topic was.
Think.
Um, my goodness, I forgot it.
You are getting old, Brian. You are getting old.
Yeah,
And these things happen.
yeah.
Patricia, please remind the group about the activities and the things we covered here in the previous session.
Okay, that is a good way to pull the leg of our classmate because since I was not there, it will be very difficult, but I will do my best.
Okay, go ahead, go ahead.
Okay, we talk about modal verbs.
Uh-huh.
And we learn about that they are used to express things that we can do. So we study the verb can, and we read some sentences about things we could do, like you share with us things that you are capable to do, and it turned out that you are very talented. And you also give us the opportunity to share our talents and to express all the magnificent things we are able to do.
Okay.
After that, we study also the topic of like at conditionals, like yes, the possibility. There are certain things that we are capable to do when certain conditions meet. And that was the class. And I was not even
Okay.
there.
Yeah. Yeah, you had the chance to be here in the afternoon shift because of the problems you had. Okay, that's right. Catherine, anything else to say?
It's difficult for me to talk after Patricia. She say anything.
Yeah, she said it
And we
all.
talk about, yeah, we talk about our about possibilities and abilities. We talk
That's
about
right.
us, and we talk about the modal and the conditional if.
Okay, that's right. Yeah. So we covered all these things specifically working out abilities and being able to, or all the skills we have. We worked out affirmative, negative questions. We had the opportunity to express ourselves and tell the group about our abilities, the things we can't do, and the skills we have, and all these things. So you get to know me a little bit more. I got to know you a little bit more too. Well, so for today's lesson, we are going to continue working the modal verbs, but this time we are going to concentrate on suggestions and advice. Brian, when I say suggestions or advice, how can you form these sentences in English? There is a special word. Do you know what word I'm talking about?
Maybe you are referring to the word could.
Could. Okay, let us see. Catherine, when I say suggestions or advice, do you know what word I'm talking about?
Maybe must.
Okay, maybe must. Patricia, I transfer the same question to you.
Okay, I guess we also can express that with the word might and my.
May and might.
Oh, may and my. Okay.
May and might. Okay.
Yes.
Well, all these answers are more modal verbs, but they are not the word I want you to tell me. Okay, so it's time for me to show the slide I have prepared for you. Okay, so give me some time. I am going to find the slide on my computer so I can share the information with you. Well, it's here. There it is. Brian, will you please read this information? Brian,
Yes,
can you
we
please
give
read?
advice. Yeah, we give advice or make suggestions when we want to express our opinions on something.
Okay, so expressing advice or suggestions. We give advice. Advice is consejo, okay? Or make suggestions. Suggestions is what we think or what we don't think. When we want to express our opinions on something. Well, my friends, we are going to concentrate on the word should. Should in English is used to express advice or make suggestions. So we are not going to word could, we are not going to use must or may or might. Okay, so for today's lesson, get ready for receiving information about the word should and the negative form shouldn't. Well, let's take a look at the first three sentences for today just to clarify a little bit the meaning of advice or suggestions. As the first example, we have Harry. Look at his face. He seems to have problems, right? Harry should get a job to get money and provide for his family. Now take a look at Kelly's face. Kelly should forget John and find a new man to love. And number three, take a look at that picture. Tom should go on vacation because he works hard and he needs some rest. Patricia, What can you get in meaning from these sentences, please?
Okay, for the first one is that the person that is telling the sentence to Harry, or the who is talking to Harry, is giving his opinion or her opinion about a specific situation, like get a job. And the second one, Kelly, is also receiving an opinion or an advice about her emotional affairs.
Uh-huh.
And Tom is also receiving an opinion or an advice concerning his working habits.
Okay, that's right. All the things you have said are correct. But I need someone to tell me exactly what I want to hear. Catherine, maybe you get something from that information? Catherine?
But about the structure of the sentence,
Yeah, yeah. What could you get from these sentences?
maybe the main verb is in present.
Okay, that's what you get. Brian, can you go farther and let me hear what I want to hear from you?
Okay, all of them have problem, any type of kind of problem, so they need advice.
That's what I wanted to hear from you. So all these situations are not good situations, right? So if we can see, uh, to get money, find a new man, he works hard. Sometimes these situations are overwhelming, and those situations affect ourselves, right? So in this case, the situation is that Harry is affected because he doesn't have a job. So the advice or the suggestion is that Harry should get a job. It means that he doesn't have a job now, right? So Harry should get a job to get money and provide for his family. It's a difficult situation. That's right, Brian. Congratulations. And now let's take at Kelly's face. She seems to be sad. She seems to be worried. So the advice and the suggestion is that she should forget John. Maybe they broke up. Maybe they are having problems. I don't know. But the situation is not good at all. So Kelly should forget John and find a new man to love, or she should stay alone for a year, maybe. I don't know. And take a look at Tom. He's working so hard. So people say Tom should go on vacation or Tom should stop working so hard because he works hard and he needs some rest. Okay. Now let's take a look at the second slide. Carol, please read the information on the screen.
Okay, give me a second.
Okay, your sound is good now.
Yes, yes. Modal verbs, expressing advice and suggestion. Melissa should call down and speak with her husband about her problems. Billy should go to dentist because he has a slowing face,
Swollen face.
slowing face. Steffi should take some Alka-Seltzer for her stomach. How do you pronounce stomach
Stomachache.
stomachache?
Okay, thank you. Patricia, would you please tell us tell us what we want to hear?
Okay, that the people here, they have problems. Melissa, she has a problem. Oh, I cannot read the slide, sorry.
No, you can't?
No, actually, I didn't read it
What's the
before.
problem?
Now, yes, I could not see it. Now, Melissa
Okay.
has a problem The problem is that she for me to pronounce
Stomach ache.
stomach ache.
Ache. Ache.
Eh?
Stomach ache. Yeah.
Okay, yes, she has also a problem with her stomach. So all of them
Okay.
have a problem.
Yeah, that's right. A problem or the situations are difficult, right? So if we go back and we compare the previous slide with this new one, we can see that there is a situation going on, and the situation is causing some trouble or problem to the people. In the first example here about Melissa, we don't have what exactly the problem is, but all we know is that she has problem. I don't know what kind of problems, but I can give some advice or make a suggestion. And I said that Melissa should calm down and speak with her husband about her problems. Maybe she has problems with her son or with her daughter or her family or at work, whatever. But the thing is that she's crying. She seems to be desperate. So the first thing I recommend is that Melissa should calm down, right? That is the first part of the solution. Now, how about Billy? Billy should go to the dentist because he has a swollen face. You know what is a swollen face? Is that clear, Brian? Maybe you can tell the group about the swollen face.
Okay, may I have the definition in Spanish or English?
Yeah, in Spanish, you can
Ah,
tell the
okay.
group.
Hinchado.
That's right. A swollen face is una cara hinchada o tiene la cara hinchada. Okay, thank you. That's the problem. And look at Billy. He is crying. He has some pain on his face. So the first thing he has to do, or the first advice I would give, is that Billy should go to the dentist because he has a swollen face. And it can be more dangerous if he doesn't go to the dentist. Now, Steffi, oh, look at her face. She's suffering. Steffi should take some Alka-Seltzer for her stomach ache. So we identified that the problem is that maybe she ate too much or that she had too much candy. I don't know the reason. But the advice or suggestion I give her is that she should take some Alka-Seltzer for her stomach ache. Okay, my friends. Carol, what can we get from the first part of should? Please tell me what I want to hear.
Sure. It's no obligation. It's a suggestion.
Uh-huh.
Um, See, it's just it's a modal verb that suggestion and another person that no have to do, but that person maybe can do what my advice or suggestion.
Okay. Yeah, I know what you mean. Don't worry. Catherine, what can you say about that?
They are in a bad situation. They are, uh, they have problems. So we, someone get suggestion or advices for them.
Oh, thank you. Well, one question for the whole group. So, according to these two slides, we only use should when the situations are bad or when the situations are tough. Do you think that we only use should to propose solutions or make suggestions or give advice, Patricia? It's only for bad things? What do you think?
Good questions. So far, for the material that you had shared with us, it seems so.
Okay.
Nevertheless, I don't think, because you also can use should as a very polite way to communicate with people, if I am correct.
Yes, you are completely correct. What do you think, Brian? We only use should to give solutions to bad situations or problems?
Yeah, most of the time we need to use should in order to give advice, in order to solve any kind of problems.
Okay. Well, something I have to tell you, advice is a noun, okay? But it's non-count. Advice is a non-count noun, so we can't say an advice or one advice, okay? So instead of a or an, we have to say some. Give me some advice. All right. Suggestion is a count noun, so we can say suggestions, plural form. A suggestion, two suggestions, five suggestions. All right. So the word advice can't be used with a or an. Don't say an advice. Say some advice. Well, the answer to my question is no. It's not always for uh, negative situations or difficult or hard or tough situations. We can also give advice for good things. Let's take a look at the next slide here. Well, let's see. For the first one, we have rich people should invest. Look at his face. He seems to be in good conditions. Rich people should invest some money in good businesses. You know, rich people love money, and the much they have, the more they want. Okay, so it's not always for negative situations. The next one, the government of Colombia should create social programs to benefit poor people. It's a good idea to create more social programs. Of course, we have some, but they are not enough. So the good idea is to create more social programs. And how about the last one? People should love, protect, and feed the street animals, especially these street dogs or cats that we can see they are starving on the streets, right? All these advice we can see on these sentences are positive. Should invest, should create, should love, protect, and feed. Okay? Anything to say, Patricia, about these three examples?
No, thank you. Your explanations were clear.
Okay. Catherine. No, sorry, Carol. Carol. Catherine, not yet. Carol.
Yes.
Anything else to say or express about these things?
No, because you say all. The should we can use should for uh, negative or affirmative. Mm,
Negative or positive?
no, yes, no bad things that for give some advice or suggestions.
Okay, that's right. So we have to coordinate the things and our thoughts when we express advice or give a suggestion. Okay, so the first part of these slides is complete. Most of the time, we can say that are negative situations, and we can say should. And something important here, the contracted form. Before I forget, right? Brian, you know the contracted form of should?
Shouldn't.
Oh, but that's the negative. The
Ah,
affirmative contraction.
no, I don't know. Probably I could say Harry the bad. I'm not sure.
Okay, the positive contraction, remember that the contraction is to take the words and reunite these words by using an apostrophe. You take a look at what I'm doing on the screen. I place an apostrophe here, write the word the, and read get. You can see that? Please confirm if you can see the change here.
Yes.
Yes, I can see it.
Yes. So the
Yes.
contracted form for should is a single D. Harriet is like saying Harriet or Harry should get. Some Americans, when they speak, it's one of the most difficult for me things for me to identify when they contract these words, especially this modal verb. Okay, so
Don't,
Harriet get a job. Excuse me, Brian.
but in that case, we can get confused with the use of would because it's similar contraction.
Yeah, that's right. You are right. So it can mean also would, and this time it should. So we have to be prepared, and we have to concentrate on the meaning of the sentences when we get to speak to native speakers because they contract a lot, and for a person like us, is difficult, and sometimes they are so swift that we can't identify they are contracting words, right? But you can say Harriet. Here we can say Kelly. We should write the apostrophe and the. Khalid forget John. And if we can see the rest of the sentence, we can identify that the contraction is should because of the suggestion or advice. Okay, so Tom, it's kind of difficult to say Tom, Khalid, Harriet, right? I prefer using should as one word, okay? Harry should get a job, Kelly should forget John, Tom should go on vacation. Just to clarify, and the people who are listening to me get the meaning of what I'm saying, okay? So that's the contracted form. Uh, in can, in the previous session, can is not possible to be contracted in affirmative, okay? So let's keep going. We were working here, so everybody knows that it's not only for negative things. Now, the negative form. Take a look that now we have the contracted form between should and not. We can say children should not, or women should not, students should not, or the contracted form. I prefer using shouldn't. Children shouldn't be mean to other people or other children. Women shouldn't wear too much jewelry because it's dangerous. Students shouldn't cheat during a test or an evaluation. As we can see here in these examples, now we are taking general ideas, general advice, or general suggestions. Remember that when we studied can, we could take things in general forms and individual forms. So advice, or expressing advice, the word should, can also be general or individual. For the first one, children shouldn't be mean to other people or other children. Nowadays, we can see that children behave in the wrong way. They don't respect. So it's a pity to see this situation. It's a sad situation. But the general advice or suggestion is that children shouldn't be mean. Now, the next one. This is not only for women. Women shouldn't wear too much jewelry because it's dangerous. It's also dangerous for men, right? So we should include women and men. But I decided just to use women to identify the girls. Okay, so it's dangerous anyway for anyone to wear too much jewelry. And finally, students shouldn't cheat during a test or an evaluation. Patricia, what can you say about these examples? Did you get something from them?
I got the meaning. And yes, I think that the construction form in a negative sentence
Yeah,
in a
yeah.
negative sentence makes it easy to identify the should.
The
It's
use of
easier to
should.
know. Yes, it's easy. That's it.
Okay. All right, thank you. Catherine, what can you say about these examples? What did you get from them? Catherine,
Sorry, teacher, it's noisy here. Can you repeat the question?
what could you get or what did you get from these examples about these situations?
Um, Maybe is an advice. What do you shouldn't do in some situation?
You, individual or general?
General, because children, women, students is plural.
Okay, they are plural words, right? And the situations are positive or negative? Huh? We can't hear.
Sorry, teacher. Children, maybe negative.
For you, all of them are negative or can be positive?
No, they are negative because it's dangerous in a test. I think are negative.
Okay, all the sentences are negative. And shouldn't, this question is for you all. Shouldn't is always for negative effects or negative actions or negative situations. What do you think? The one who wants to answer, you are free to.
In Spanish,
No, in English.
is no always is in the sentence negative. No is something negative because it's some advice for the people. For example, the children shouldn't be mean to other people or other children. O sea, los niños no deberían, pero no es algo malo. It's no bad. It is no bad thing.
It's not a bad thing for you. Okay, but it is a bad thing for me if they are mean. So, well,
I
the
think.
answer,
I'm
yeah,
sorry.
yeah, tell me, tell me.
I think we can use it for avoid a bad situation,
Uh-huh,
but not
that's
is
right.
necessary that what is occurring a bad situation. It's for avoid.
All right, that's right. So, can you see it's according to your point of view or according to your situation. It depends on what you think about the situation. For some people, for example, smoking is good, but for some other people, smoking is bad. So it depends on the person who's telling or giving the advice or making the suggestion, all right? Okay, good. Now let's say goodbye to this. And please, we are going to use so much paper today and too much speaking. Please get some paper and get something to write with too, pen or pencil, because we have some exercises to develop, right? Well, now you are going to be my counselors. Counselors usually give advice. Friends usually give advice. Counselors usually make suggestions, and friends usually make suggestions too. Well, look at exercise 1. You're going to give the teacher some advice on these things. What should he do and what shouldn't he do? All right. So we have 18 different suggestions or advice. Please select as many to say should and select as many to say shouldn't. For this exercise, we can take 5 minutes. 5 minutes, and then I'm going to give you some advice too. All right? So let's take 5 minutes to develop this activity. If you have questions or doubts, you can let me know. All right? Please proceed. Okay, 5 minutes gone. Let's start listening to Patricia. Patricia, you are my counselor. Please tell me what I should do and what I shouldn't do. Please.
Yes. Okay. How many sentences should I?
The ones you want, no matter how many.
Okay. Next, Nelson, you should wash your car every morning because it is fashionable. And
Okay.
and so you should forgive people and have you should forgive people and have back your peace of mind. You should ignore bad comments and build in positive change.
Okay.
Okay, you should work on weekends and spend no, you shouldn't work on weekends and spend more time on your Xbox.
Okay. PlayStation 3. PlayStation
Okay.
3.
And I wrote, you shouldn't tell lies but honor your words.
Okay.
And you shouldn't buy balotto but give the money to the needed.
Wow. To
And
the people in need.
oh, okay, not to the needed.
To the people in need.
Okay, thank you. And you shouldn't go to the doctor because it won't help you at the long term. I don't know.
Okay. All right. Good suggestions. Good advice. Thank you, Patricia. Carol, now you tell me.
You should buy a new car because your car is too old.
Okay.
You shouldn't buy Balotto. It is too hard for someone to earn it. You should ignore bad comments. You shouldn't work on weekends. You shouldn't tell lies. You shouldn't take things easily. You shouldn't forgive people. You should go to the doctor once, one time per year, maybe
Okay, once a year.
once a year. Yes. You should go to the church every Sunday.
Okay.
But
All right. Well, some good advice and some good suggestions. Thank you, Carol. I will keep that in mind. Brian, please tell me.
Okay. For changing your mood, you should take a nap and eat a piece of chocolate.
What? For?
For changing your mood,
Oh, okay. So you should change your moods. Okay, okay.
you should
Next,
visit your
Granny.
granny while she's alive.
Okay. Yes.
If you don't feel well today, you should go to the doctor.
Okay.
You shouldn't tell lies if you don't want to have any troubles in your life.
Okay.
You shouldn't ignore bad comments. Perhaps they will help you in something.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay, thank you. I will try to follow your advice. I'll keep this on mind too. Catherine, be my counselor. Go ahead.
You should go to the doctor if you feel sick. You
Uh-huh.
should visit his granny and say sorry.
Okay, your granny, okay? Because this is personal. You should visit your
Your.
granny.
Okay, okay. Sorry. You should go on vacation and get some rest. You should ignore bad comments, and you should wash your car when it's raining.
Oh,
You shouldn't buy baloto. You should save money. You shouldn't tell lies, and you shouldn't have another baby.
okay. Is that it?
Exactly.
Okay, thanks everyone for your advice. I will try to follow your suggestions. Now I am going to give every one of you two things, right? One affirmative and one negative. Well, for Patricia, listen to me very carefully. Patricia, you should go on vacation. You work so hard. Patricia, you shouldn't buy a new car. The one you have is in good conditions, okay? Carol, Carol, you should have another baby. Babies are so beautiful. Carol, you shouldn't lose weight. You are perfect. Brian, you should forgive people. It will give you peace, okay? Brian, you shouldn't work on weekends. Take some time to rest too. Catherine, you should take things easily. You can get sick. Catherine, you shouldn't ignore bad comments. You are one in a million. Patricia, something to tell me for your advice.
Your advice, I will keep it in mind.
But how you feel after receiving these suggestions? How you feel?
Better, complete. You make my day.
Oh, okay. Yeah, keep in mind these suggestions, okay? Carol, tell me.
You say I should have another baby. No, I
Yeah.
don't.
No?
No,
No, please go ahead,
no.
proceed. Babies are beautiful, okay?
Yes, but the money is not enough. And the baby and the children spend a lot of money
Yeah,
for
yeah,
the school,
that's
for
right.
the everything. And but I don't receive that suggestion. Some that yes, that suggestion.
Oh,
Lose weight. Yes, I have to lose weight because I have to lose maybe 5 kilos
uh-huh.
because I need how do you say cirugía
Surgery.
surgery, and I have to weigh 5 kilos.
Okay, lose 5 kilos, but you look perfect, okay? Don't
Yeah,
pay attention to anybody else. Listen to me, all right? Don't lose weight. You are perfect.
thank you.
Brian, Brian, what do you have to say about your advice?
No, thank you. Just thank you.
Just thank you. Yeah, that's wise, right? Okay, keep these suggestions in mind. Catherine, thank me, please. Thank me.
Teacher, you make me feel very good. Thank you. I'm one in a million. That's great.
Did did I
Thank you so
make
much.
your day too? Okay. As Patricia's. Okay, good, my friends. So this exercise is completely done. I hope you are enjoying these things, these kind of activities, because we have the opportunity to go further and express our ideas. Well, here's exercise two. Take a look at this new exercise. This time is for Henry. This is not for you should or you shouldn't. All right. Henry is he, but let's take a look at the exercise. Henry is cooking a meal. Give him some useful advice. Use you should or you shouldn't and the notes in the box. So to develop this exercise, you have to combine the expressions affirmative and negative according to your points of view, okay? So you should will depend on what you think. And you shouldn't will depend on how you think too, all right? So please give Henry some advice when he is cooking, right? In 3 minutes, 3 minutes to solve this exercise. Please proceed. Okay, Patricia, let's start with you. Give Henry some advice, please. Let us hear.
Okay. I was kind of okay. So the first one I wrote, Henry, you shouldn't leave the meat in the oven for more than an hour. We like it rare.
Okay.
Is you say it like that? Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's correct.
Okay. You should cut the onions as small as possible. Carol doesn't like to see pieces of onion on her dish.
Okay.
Okay, you should measure your salt and pepper. That way you won't damage your recipes.
Okay.
You should add the vegetables on boiling water to get them crispy.
Wow, crispy. I love crispy.
Okay. The last one, you shouldn't cook your meat on the oven. The best is to make a barbecue.
Okay, thank you. Good advice, Patricia. It's your opinion, it's your point of view. Good. Carol, please give Henry some advice.
Henry, you shouldn't leave the meat in the oven for more than 1 hour because maybe it's no good.
Okay, it get
Uh,
burned.
yes. You should cut the onion as small as possible because it's better.
Okay,
Use you should use fresh air and fresh vegetables because it's healthy.
okay.
You don't put in too much salt or paper.
Pepper. You shouldn't. Remember,
You,
you shouldn't put.
you shouldn't put in too much salt or pepper because
Or
it's not
pepper.
healthy.
Okay.
The level the water boil. You should let the water boil before you put the veggies into it. Uh,
Good.
you should heat the oven before you put the meat in because it's
Okay,
better.
you should heat. You should heat the oven.
Yeah. And you should cut the meat into 4 equal slices because we have four.
Or
How do
guests.
you, yes,
Or guests.
comensales is the same?
Yeah, guests. Because we have four guests. All right. Thank you. It's your opinion. Now let's see, Brian. Now that you are an excellent cook, tell us.
I am not excellent cook.
No?
Well, no, I am not.
Okay.
Well, Henry, you shouldn't leave the meat in the oven for more than an hour.
Good.
You should cut the onions as small as possible. You should use fresh herbs and fresh vegetables. You shouldn't put in too much salt or pepper. You should let the water boil before you put the veggies into it. You should heat the oven before you put the meat in, and you should cut the meat into 4 equal slices.
Perfect. Most of them I agree with you, in my opinion. Thank you, Brian. Catherine, give Henry some advice.
The onions in boil before you put the veggies into it. You should heat the oven before you put the meat in. You should cut the meat into 4 equal slices.
Okay, thank you. Though the first three or four examples were not clearly understood, but it's okay. Now I'm also going to give Henry some advice when he cooks. Well, I would say, Henry, you shouldn't leave the meat in the oven for more than 1 hour. It gets burned. Two, you shouldn't, for me is shouldn't. You shouldn't cut the onions as small as possible. I love eating onions, but the bigger, the better, okay? For three, you should use, definitely, you should use fresh herbs and fresh vegetables. For four, you shouldn't put in too much salt or pepper. It's dangerous for your health, your kidneys can be affected. 5. You should let the water boil before you put the veggies into it, just to clear and make it taste as good as possible. 6. You shouldn't, for me it's negative, you shouldn't heat the oven before you put the meat in. And finally, you shouldn't cut the meat into 4 equal slices because there are 6 people. So if we cut the meat in 4 pieces, there won't be enough for everyone. So make it bigger and you should cut the meat into 8 equal slices, okay? Well, my friends, this is the end of exercise 2. So now we have exercise 3, which is going to be much more demanding. This time, take a look at all these ones. The exercise 3 reads, what should people take into account when travel by plane, drink liquor, buy a used car, use credit cards, get married, take a test, it is raining, speak by phone, eat lunch, have problems, drive a bike, cross the street, take a taxi, go shopping, and prepare a test. What should people take into account? So, when we take into account things, we can use should and we can use shouldn't, okay? So, I am going to give every one of you, as we are 4 people, you are 4 people participating. Well, the first column is for Patricia. The first column includes travel by plane, take a test, and drive a bike, okay? Patricia. For Carol, column 2. Carol, drink liquor when it is raining and cross the street. Brian, when people buy a used car, speak by phone, take a taxi. Catherine, when people use credit cards, eat lunch and go shopping, all right? And the final ones, I'm gonna take these 3, okay? Get married, have problems, and prepare a test. As this exercise is a little bit more demanding, so I'm going to give a little bit more time, all right? So I usually give 3 to 5 minutes, but I think eight, 8 minutes, it's okay, just because of time. So remember to consider should and shouldn't. Not always should is positive, not always shouldn't is negative. The purpose is negative or affirmative, okay? So please proceed. You can say 5 sentences. 2 using should and 3 using shouldn't, or 2 affirmative or 2 negative for every situation, okay? So please proceed. The exercise is clear? Please confirm. Brian, is that clear? Carol, is that clear? Okay. Catherine, is that clear? Patricia?
I hope I understood. Yes,
Okay,
I
good.
think it's clear.
All right. Please do the exercise. Okay, and 8 minutes gone. Are you ready, Patricia, to share your examples?
Okay, let me see if I am ready.
Okay,
Okay, people should keep their documents on hand when traveling by plane. People
at
should
hand.
at hand.
Documents at hand. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. People should travel with. People shouldn't travel with pocket knife while traveling by plane.
Okay, pocket knives in plural.
Knives. Okay. People should be calm and happy when taking a test. People should wear a helmet while driving a bike. People shouldn't carry so much luggage while traveling by plane.
Yes.
People should avoid guessing answers while doing a test.
Okay.
I guess that?
Okay, that's all, right? Thank you.
Yes.
Good advice. Thank you, Patricia. Carol, let's listen to your advice.
You shouldn't drink liquor when you're going to drive. You should,
Important.
sorry?
Important.
Yeah. You should drink one drink, add less of liquor in the party. That's one.
Wow. Okay.
You should have an umbrella in your suitcase because it can rain.
Because it can rain. Okay.
When the traffic light is red, you should wait.
That's it?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Brian, please let us know your examples.
Okay, if you want to buy a used car, you should make sure if the car works properly.
Uh-huh.
If you speak by phone, you should ask for good service.
Okay.
And when you take a taxi, you should check the driver's resume and have money in your pocket.
Yes.
And that's it.
Okay, only one for each picture. Catherine, please.
You should cover the keyboard when you write your password. I don't know how do you say teclear?
Type. Will you
Type.
type?
Ah, okay. When
Yeah.
you
Will
type
you
your
type
password.
or your PIN?
Okay. You shouldn't ask for help of someone who you don't know.
Uh-huh.
Eat quickly. It is not healthy. You should wash your hands before eat lunch.
Uh-huh. Before eating
Um,
lunch.
okay. The next one, you shouldn't go alone to go shopping. It is dangerous. And spend more money than necessary when you go shopping.
You. Okay, pretty good advice and good suggestions. Now listen to mine. I gave 4 sentences for every picture, 2 negative and 2 affirmative. When people get married, people should love, really love the other person so much. People should live away from their parents. It's very important to live away from their parents. People shouldn't be unfaithful to their couple, and people shouldn't treat themselves badly. Respect above all things. When having problems, people should look for assistance. People should speak out, express themselves. People shouldn't drink liquor when they have problems. And people shouldn't commit suicide. To prepare a test, people should concentrate and avoid any noise. People should make pauses of 10 or 15 minutes. People shouldn't study with music or televisions on. And people shouldn't memorize things. Memory fades. Okay, my friends, we have covered exercise 3, new ideas, new comments, new perspectives. Well, the final exercise, we have three cases. This one is oriented to reading and speaking. Exercise 4. These problems come from a newspaper column where people write in with a problem and other members of the public give their advice. Read the problems. What advice would you give? Well, as a matter of time, my friend, we don't have enough time to cover these exercises, so I'm going to assign these problems to you, okay? This problem is for Patricia, police problem. So please, Patricia, take a picture of this slide. Problem 2 is for Carol. Carol, please take a picture of this problem. Brian, this is your problem. And Catherine, problem 1 is also for you. Please take a picture of that one. Well, we're going to read the first problem. Do I have to act my age? Polly is 47. She is single and her children have left home. She is very successful in her career and has a lot of friends. But she isn't satisfied. She longs to change her life. She wants to live abroad, paint, and write poetry. But her friends tell her she should stop being silly and act her age. This problem is for Patricia and for Catherine. The exercise is what advice would you give Polly? Number 2, problem 2. Must I be a slave to my mobile? Jason's company has bought him a mobile phone. They want him to keep it on all the time so that they contact him anywhere, anytime. He dislikes the idea of always being available and he hates the way people use mobiles to have private conversations in public. Carol, this is your problem. And Brian's problem. Should I send my son out? Sarah's 24-year-old son lives at home, stays in bed till late, and watches TV all day. He buys and sells drugs. He's clever, but he dropped out of school. He's never had a job. His father wants to throw him out, but Sarah worries that he could get further into drugs and end up in prison. Well, so in 5 minutes, every one of you is going to propose solutions, give advice, or make some suggestions. Okay? Try to get as many as possible, 3 or 4 solutions to these problems. Please proceed.
Nelson, sorry,
Yeah.
somehow I got an internet problem and I lost contact with you guys, so I just enter again to the session. So I will read the slides that I can visualize at this moment and try to give the
Yeah,
advice.
yeah, that's the problem you have in your account, this one. So you please take a
Okay,
picture
I will.
and give some advice according to this problem, this policy problem, okay? Okay, Patricia, are you ready with your suggestions?
I think I'm ready.
Okay, so we're going to listen to you, and after that is Catherine's turn. Okay, you have the same problem.
Okay, the
Okay,
same Polly. Uh, it is true that Polly should act her age. At this age, she should understand that a friend opinion is not a command. Besides, she is old enough to be responsible of herself and assume the consequences with dignity or pride. I also think that she should be ahead with her desires and discover all the things she can do if she places effort and determination. That
wow,
was
wow, astonishing, Patricia. You seem to be a psychologist. Excellent. Now, Catherine, what is the advice you are giving Polly?
Hmm. She should fight for she wants. She should paint and write often to improve, and then she should publish a book of her work. She should travel a lot. She should visit her children sometimes.
Uh-huh.
She should act like her want, like she wants. And if her I don't know how do you say personalidad.
Personality.
If her personality it is not a problem, she shouldn't pay attention to bad comments.
Wow, doctor. Dr. Catherine, psychiatrist. Okay, you seem to be excellent people when giving advice. Well, now let's see next problem. Dr. Carol,
Yes.
please. Psychologist Carol, let us know your possible solutions.
Okay. Jason Company should respect the time of the employers because everyone has the right to privacy.
Uh,
And Jason shouldn't pay attention to the problem of the others. Ignore them. That's it.
Okay, that's it. Thank you, doctor. Respectable your opinion about that. And now let's listen to the expert Brian, psychologist, trainer, uh, positive attitude problems. Brian, we listen to you.
Well, I don't think it is positive, but Sarah, you should try some rehabs and psychologists. But
Uh-huh.
if it doesn't work, you should send your son to the army. Perhaps some service and loss of temporary things make him improve.
Okay,
That's
that's
it.
it. Okay. Now I'm going to stop showing you the slide so now you can see my face again after all this time. I'm still here with you guys. Okay, I think we have done a great job today. We have the opportunity to think fast and copy too much information. So you can also see that it's time to say goodbye. Patricia, how you felt and the things. What do you think about the things we did today?
well. I think that the activities that we work in today, were very nice. Personally, the writing was a little bit challenging because I am so much used to type. So
Uh-huh.
getting to write, it really challenged me to be alert of the spelling, the proper spelling. Besides, sometimes I write so disorganized, I cannot even read
Read what you write.
what I wrote. So it's nice. In general, I found the activity very positive. It gave me the opportunity think, a lot of vocabulary, situations that normally don't cross my mind, and words that actually I don't use, but I'm very thankful I could remember. So the
Okay,
activity was very good. Thank you.
okay, good. Catherine, say goodbye and how you felt today.
I feel very good. I rarely use should or some modal verbs, so I can practice in this session. So thank you for your help and your advices.
And your
uh,
advice. Remember, it's singular.
ah,
Advice is always singular.
advice. Thank you.
Okay, thanks. Carol, say goodbye and how you felt today.
Okay, thank you very much. See you next class. And today was good because today now always we remember the topics that is successful for our career or our studies. So thank you so much.
Okay,
Have a good day.
Brian. Okay, you too. Brian, say goodbye and how you felt today.
Okay, I felt very well today, and I will try to remember for the next session what is the topic.
Yeah. Okay, don't forget about the things we did today. Okay.
Okay, okay.
Well, my friends, for next week we are going to continue working modal verbs, but a different modal verb. It's a surprise. I'm not going to give you or expand more information about that. I appreciate your companion here today and your engagement to these activities. Thank you. Have a nice day and keep working hard. Goodbye, everyone.
Bye bye. Bye bye.
Bye, teacher.
Okay.
Bye.